Hey you guys, my name is Jay Brazil, and if this is your first time watching my channel, I want to say thank you for clicking on this video. And if you are returning back from a previous video, girl, thank you even more. I'm happy I can make you stay. I should have a video up on my channel, already be up, of me giving my opinion if I think that Germany is racist from what I have experienced so far. And I feel like it just was a perfect segue to talk about working in Germany and what that looked like for me in my experience. Before we start though, I do want to give a disclaimer, girl. Everything that I'm getting ready to talk about is so specific to my experience and what I have gone through and the route that I have decided to take as far as finding work in Germany. So you may know a simpler way or an easier way or a faster way or whatever way, which is totally fine. That's great, girl. Make a YouTube video on your page and talk about it. Okay? I also want to specifically say that majority, if not all, of my information is specific to me being a US born citizen. So you know, if you're from another country or if you just don't fall into that category, because there's a couple countries along with the US, I think like Canada, a couple countries in the Middle East, and a few other that I can't think of off the top of my head, that we kind of all fall in like the same group of countries that have the same benefits. So if you're outside of that, I won't have as much knowledge or the best way I can help you. So I would just want to throw it out there that a lot of what I'm saying is coming from my personal experience and my citizenship. So now that I got that out the way, let's talk about finding work, working in Germany, working with us speaking German. What does that look like? The whole shebang bang, girl. There are a few visas that you can get and apply for. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, so I'll pop them up on the side of me. But there's an au pair visa, there's a job seeker visa, there's a blue card visa, there's a student visa, there's a ton of visas. Like, Germany has so many visas, and honestly the internet does not help you. Like, it does not help you. I was able to find out more information simply from being here in Germany, speaking to people about it, where they can guide me in the right direction. So yes, there are tons of visas that you can apply for. Most of them didn't apply to me, and I couldn't apply for them because you need a degree or a certificate or a practice or proof that you've done the job for 10 years or 5 years, something like that, and it has to be in some sort of a benefit to the German people. So like the blue card ID or the blue visa or something like that, that visa is specific to people who I believe it's for the medical field, or if it's specific to people who are doing a job that is like highly needed in the country of Germany. So I know it's a lot of like doctors and nurses and technicians, or like IT and things of that nature. That's specific to them. And then you have like a regular work permit or regular work visa. Those are tricky and they're hard to apply for because you're kind of like in this gray area where if you don't have a job offer, then it's like kind of hard to apply for the work visa. But most jobs won't give you a job offer if you don't have a work visa. So you're kind of playing tit for tat, and you really just gotta either find the right company and they sponsor you and they're gracious enough to do that, or you're kind of able to finagle your way and get the work permit. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Since I'm a US born citizen, I don't need a work permit to come over to Germany. I don't need any visa to come over to Germany and stay up to 90 days. And again, there's a group of countries that also have the benefit of that. Not all countries do. If you plan on staying in a country, you need some people are required to get a tourist visa. Due to my citizenship, I'm able to start the work visa process after arriving in Germany, which is a really great benefit, because if you don't have a degree, like I don't have one, or some type of practice or something, or proof of a small business or an entrepreneurship or something of that nature that you can provide tangible proof of, or something that would be beneficial to the German people, it's really hard to look for a job. So being able to look for a job after arriving to Germany and then applying for the work visa is extremely beneficial. And if that is a route that you want to go, absolutely, I would take it if I were you. Again, I would go on the website and look at all the countries that that applies to, because it's not all of them. For me and my specific experience, I have only worked, except for my last job that I quit to move to Germany for, I have only worked retail. I've only worked retail, I've only worked in customer service, so there's not much that I have to offer in that sense other than being a retail associate. Now, I don't speak German, so since I don't speak German, getting a retail job is nearly impossible. So if you are anything like me, you're young, you're dumb, you're doing the thing, or you know, you don't have a lot of experience, but you know you want to leave your country, you know you want to live abroad, whatever the case may be, your best bet would be to au pair, in my opinion. Unless you can speak the language, it's not going to do much benefit you applying for retail jobs. I have applied to, I think, over 6 or 7 retail jobs, and one of them, it was actually an H&M at the mall, at one of the malls in Frankfurt. And they were so kind. The management team was so nice to me. They really wanted to help me out. They were like, you know what, if you can just learn a little bit of German, like we could see what we could do. Like they were really like trying to be helpful. But at the end of the day, I still couldn't get the position because I don't speak German. So if you are used to only working in speaking positions, or you don't have any type of work history or employment or degree to back you up, you either need to learn German or your best bet is to become an au pair. Even my last job, I worked in sales, which, you know, that's great. I'm good at it, whatever. It's still something that I need to involve talking, and I can't sell nobody nothing if I can't even communicate to them in the language that they understand. So for me, the next best option was to work on base. Germany has a US Army base, a few of them scattered throughout the country. Thankfully, the city that we live in, there's a base located, so it's not even like I have to, you know, train or bus, or when I get a car, drive an hour, 2 hours away to the nearest base. It's like we lucked up and moved to the city where there was a base located. I could make a whole video about getting a job on base. It is so frustrating, it's so daunting, it takes forever, it's a lot of steps, it's hard. The list goes on. It's not as easy. Listen, the person who I had spoke to that was pushing us to work on base, they made it seem like it was easy peasy. Like you're walking into your local supermarket and you're like, yo, y'all hiring? And they're like, yeah, we got you, cuz just go ahead and whatever. It is not like that, okay? Y'all, I don't know why it didn't click into my head. This is a government official job in another country. There are so many steps before you can, it's a lot. Thankfully, literally only by the grace of God, I was able to get a job on base. I want to just note something for you guys really quickly. Me and my husband arrived here on the 25th of July. It is the 29th of August, and I just now have been given my job offer. We have been here for over a month and have not been working, okay? Okay. I also want to note, all of the jobs that we have applied for, we had applied to 2 weeks prior to coming out here. So that's almost 2 months that we have been in the system trying to get a job on base, and nothing had worked. Guys, it's Editing J here. I'm just looking back at the footage and I feel like there's a few things that I missed. If you have all of the, you know, the degrees and the paperwork and the whatever, it is extremely possible to get a job in working in Germany, because there are tons of startup companies, especially in bigger cities like Berlin and Munich, even in Frankfurt, that are looking for English speaking jobs, or that are specifically only English speaking companies. Like, even though it was started in Germany, all the employees speak English, all the workers, all the management, everything is all English. It's a completely global business, and there's tons of those out here in Germany. So being a US citizen is not the only way. Speaking English, like if you're an English speaker, it is super possible, but again, you just need those documents, you need those credentials, you need that degree, that master's, that doctorate, whatever it is, to be able to apply to those companies. You cannot have those degrees and apply and think you're gonna get the job. The other thing about working on bases, hold on, because my girl's arm's gonna get tired. Now, for working on a military base, there's some things that I kind of want to point out that I didn't go over in the video. If you work on a military base, you just have to kind of be aware that since you're not working on German soil, I mean, you're working in Germany, but a military base is nothing but a mini America. Your taxes out of your check is going to be American taxes, grocery prices, the food, the ingredients in the food, the people, everything is of course all English speaking, but you're essentially in a mini America when you're on a US base in a foreign country. So that includes the way that you work and the working hours. There are a lot of businesses out in Germany that don't stay open past 4 o'clock, or like the latest that they close is 8, or they don't open until 11, whatever the case may be. That is part of the German culture. It's just the family is extremely important out here. So opening late and closing early, you'll find that in a lot of everything out here. Most stores, almost all stores, even grocery stores, are closed on Sunday in Germany. So, which is just part of the German culture. And if you want to experience that idea of not being a workaholic and wanting to have more time for family and things of that nature, if you work on base, you're losing that. Businesses stay open until 10 o'clock, so you're going to have to work. You could work an overnight shift, you could work a graveyard shift, you could work every single weekend, including Sundays. So just be aware that working on base, yes, it does give you benefits. You get the benefits of the military and a slew of other things. However, if you're trying to get away from America or away from Western culture and the work culture specifically, your best bet is to not go on a base, because you're just going to get right back into it. Everything is ran the same on a US base as it is in America. So just, pros and cons of either. So just kind of keep that in mind, whichever route you decide to take. So for me, finding work as an American hard? Yes, but no. Is finding work as someone who doesn't speak German almost impossible, girl. Unless you plan on learning German fairly quickly, like you come here like boom, 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 in 2 months time you're gonna be conversational. You need to move here with enough money that can sustain you for that long, whether you're paying for Airbnb, hotel fee, if you plan to get an apartment when you straight get here, whatever your plan is, you need to make sure that you have money that can sustain you for that long, because it's going to be difficult for you to find a job if you don't have any credentials that service Germany, if that makes any sense, right? If you are a US born citizen, or you don't have to be US born, you could be a US but born in another country, or dual citizenship, something of that nature. There's a few categories on how you can work on base, but you do need to be a citizen, a US citizen regardless. If you decide to go that route, plan ahead. Again, come here with significant amount of money, because you're going to be waiting for a long time. My husband's teammate actually works at the same place that I'm going to be working at, and we were explaining to him, like, it's taking so long, like, this is crazy, I thought we'd hear back from them by now, whatever. And he was like, yeah, it takes about 3 months on average for you to start working after you even get it told that you are selected for the job. Now again, if you speak German, I know the process can be so much shorter than the process for me, because the amount of stores that we have walked by that says hiring for part-time, hiring for full-time, hiring for flex hours, hiring for this, is crazy. Grocery stores, supermarkets, the mall, little corner stores in the strip, restaurants, ice cream parlors, like there's tons of work. But again, you need to speak German to even think about applying to it. Yeah, but that is my take on it. I hope that anyone who is watching this video, you're able to gain some sort of knowledge and it has helped you, and now it kind of gives you an idea of what the route you want to take before leaving, or if you're already here and you're kind of like, girl, what do I do? Hopefully I was able to help you in some form or fashion. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do the whole shebang bang, and I'll see you next time.